Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I really thank you for tuning in today. I'm really trying to just help anyone who's trying to manage their reptiles at a moderate cost, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to spend money one way or the other, regardless of the pet you have. But today, as you see, it's a different type of unboxing. Today, I got an order from RodentPro. And I've never really filmed the order that I got from RodentPro. I filmed the one that I got from Lane Labs, which is great. But lately I've been using RodentPro because they've been running a lot of specials on no shipping. So that appeals to me, not having to pay another $70 to $80 for a box of this size to come within like 3 to 4 days. But I want to get right down to it and show you what I got and why I chose what I got. So I'm just going to open it up right now. As rough as I can. And the box, as you can see, comes with this insulated kind of foam stuff. So I'll grab my scissors. Grab my little scissors. I didn't get my Gerber knife today. They're not trying to sponsor me anyway, so you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But, so, as I turn this up for you guys, it comes insulated this way, and I'm going to also cut it out the other way. Just get all this foam stuff out of the way and show you what I got. So it comes on dry ice, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and turn it up like that so you can see the dry ice is in the middle. But what I got in this order, or I'll put everything out since I'm going to and this is a monthly order for us. Just because I want to make sure that I stay on top of it, because one of the limiting factors that you have with having snakes, as one fell on the floor, in particular ball pythons, is that you got to make sure that you got the correct feeders. You know what I'm saying? So without food, your animals cannot live. You can't do anything for them, and so they'll lose weight, they'll get stressed out, and we don't want a stressed out snake, in this case a ball python. Now, if you have a reed tick, a Burmese, a boa, a lot of the other pythons, even some of the colubrids, they're going to eat readily. But with ball pythons, I feel like, from my experience, you got to keep them going. You got to keep them eating so that they stay used to eating, because the minute you stop, you would think that they would get hungrier, but they don't. Sometimes they get confused, and it's like they almost forget, which I don't know how the fuck they do that. But, you know, so what we got here is, I'm going to stack it up. Let me see. All right, I see what we got. All right, so what I did is, remember the sizes that I said from a previous video? So you only need 3 sizes of frozen thawed, or 3 sizes of feeders. So you need your rat pups, which are, for them, it comes 25 in a bag. And I'll just show you the size of one. So this is the size of a rat pup. It's relatively small, and I'll do a close-up of this as well so that you guys can see that. But that's a rat pup, and they have 25 in the bag, so we ordered 75 of them for our hatchlings that are in this rack over here. And then I ordered the weaned rat size, or the small rat size. And this is, for them, it comes anywhere from 75 to, I believe, like almost 90 grams, or it might be 60 grams to 95 grams, but that's what I try to get for my weaned rat size. And that's going to get my middle level snakes, so anything from 500 up to 1,000, maybe 1,200 grams. And then for the larger ones, I got the medium rats, which really, you know, when we think about rat sizes, this really isn't a medium rat. I mean, if we think about the large and the jumbo, but this is anything from, I believe they have it from 90 grams, 95 grams up to 100 and maybe 30 grams. So I got 2 bags of those because they come 10 to a bag. So I got 20 of the weaned rats. I got 75 of the other rats. So that's what we got in this order. And the cost without shipping came out to like $220 from RodentPro, which I think is a really good deal, looking at we got 75 plus an additional 20, so that's 95. Plus an additional 20, what's that, 115? So we got 115 rats for $220 without shipping. I think that's a really good deal for what we got. And so this was our last purchase of the year because we only have 32 snakes and, you know, just trying to make it work. You know, so I'm going to show you what types of snakes eat what so that you can actually see. All right, guys, so now I'm going to show you what size snakes eat what. So I talked about 3 different sizes. Talked about a rat pup, a weaned rat, and a medium rat. Those are all the sizes that you should need when you're caring for ball pythons. So let me just get right into it, guys, and hit you up and let you see what eats a rat pup. So this is a pastel hypo head desert ghost, and he will eat the rat pups. So he's sitting there right around 100-something grams. You know, I haven't had a chance to weigh him for this month. We just picked him up this month at the last show we went to, so he's out of quarantine. But this is what would eat a rat pup. So I would say anything from a hatchling all the way down or all the way up to something that's about 200 grams to make sure that they got it down packed. You could even continue feeding that rat pup all the way up to about like 500 grams if you wanted to, just to make sure that they got it down, you know, because this is all about developing habits with your ball python instead of doing what you feel would be best, you know. So a lot of the times we want to feed our animals, our snakes, larger prey, but it's like we got to think about them, you know. Their digestive system is only so big, so to actually gut load them with something very heavy, and then if you happen to handle them or if they get stressed, they're more likely to regurgitate that. So I always say err on the side of caution and start small and just make sure that it's a good prey size for them, because if you're feeding normally, you're going to be feeding within 7 to 10 days anyway. So, you know, that's what we got. This, I'll pick him up one more time so you guys can see him. This hypo pastel head desert ghost. So I put him back up, and he still doesn't have a name yet. So we're still waiting on you guys to give him a name. But moving right along, let me fix this. I think the squares are not lined up right. So now I'm going to go to the medium level snake. And what I'll use is, let's see. I use this black pastel head clown. So in choosing her, this is an animal that will get a weaned rat. So let's see. Oh, and I want you guys to know I did wash my hands before I handled these snakes, because you don't want to go from handling mice or rats and then handling your snakes. That's how you get bit. So we don't want to get bit. So this is Morticia, and she is a black pastel head clown. You can see how the markings on the side, the black pastel and the cinnamon, do that a lot. So all of the morphs in this morph, you know, so if we look at the 8-ball complex, they all do this. So all of the 8-ball complex, they make the pattern real wonky like. But she is sitting at around, like, I'm going to say, I think the last time we weighed her close to 1,000 grams. So Morticia here would be the likely candidate to eat the weaned rat. So I feel like a medium rat definitely wouldn't go. And if I got one that was really small, like, she wouldn't get full on a pup rat either. So that's why we feed her the weaned rats. So the weaned rats will keep her going until she gets up to about 1,500 grams. And then once she gets to 1,500 grams, I'd feel comfortable in switching her over to the medium rat. And then, of course, after that, 2,000 grams, I would just keep her on a medium rat for the duration of her life. So this is Morticia, guys, the black pastel head clown. And the last animal I'm going to get is the one that would eat the medium-sized rat. And I'm telling you guys, the weight of the snake, the size of the rodent, and why I'm feeding them for a reason, because I want you to be successful when you have your ball pythons. I don't want you to feel like you're ever by yourself. There's always someone else who's been through it, that has experience, and if you have it, that's great. Always look for someone else to share it with so that they can be successful too. So let me get to the last animal, the one that we feed the medium rat to. And I got these hides in here for a reason too. They seem to like it. Not all of them, but you know, most of them. So the next animal I'm going to get will be I'm trying to see one that's not extremely gravid. I'm gonna get the pastel piebald. So let me grab her. And her name is Griselda. So I'm grabbing Griselda to show you guys who gets the medium rat. And of course, that's why I keep putting a picture of the medium rat. And I got the weight on there too, just so that you know, so you can see which size goes with the size of snake that we have too. So let me grab her up out of here. And I've been pairing her up with our spot-nosed clown. She seems really heavy. So here she is right here, guys. I'm not gonna unball her because she does feel like she does. She has follicles in her developing right now. But this is Griselda, our pastel piebald female. And if she can get a headshot, there she is. But she eats the medium rats, and we feed her the medium rats just because it's the most nutrition that we can give her in one feeding. And so that leads me to another point. If you can, if at all possible, you want to feed your ball python or your snake one prey item. So you want to feed an appropriate size prey item that will get them full without having multiple prey items. Because if you could imagine, if you took 2 weaned rats and stacked them end to end, and then you fed a third one, how much longer and how much stress that would put on their digestive systems versus one rat. One rat can be digested all at one time without having the other rats to be there to be digested. So that just would decrease the amount of likelihood of being regurgitated. And I really think that it's important because if they regurgitate, all that acid comes back up where it shouldn't be. And so we don't want that. So we have had it happen. Then what we do, if your animal does regurgitate, just give them like 2 weeks before you try to feed again to allow the esophagus and all of the internal mucosa to heal and repair. So that's one thing that you got to be mindful of, guys. So don't stuff them, but just give them the right size prey item, and that's what we're going to do. But I hope that this is something that could help you guys. Remember, RodentPro, Lane Labs is who we use. It just depends on whoever has the better deal on shipping. And of course, you got the rat pups, weaned rats, and medium rats for your snakes, whether they're a hatchling or if they're up from, like I would say, 500 to maybe 1,200 grams, they get a weaned rat. And then around 1,500 grams, you can start introducing them, the medium rat or like the real small rat. But I try to just go weaned rat all the way up into medium rat. And it seems to help really good in keeping our animals on a schedule because they eat by heat, they eat by smell, and they eat by size. So they basically see the size of the prey item and they see if they can eat it and if it's got a warm temperature to it. And then if it's got the right smell to it, you know, that triggers a reaction for them to eat so that they're not biting hot rocks or things that they just can't eat. So if nothing else, guys, please smash that like, comment, and also subscribe button. But you can't smash the comment button, but please comment and enjoy your time with your reptiles and enjoy your time with your family.